Hey friends, it's Deb from Cooking with Mo and Deb. I am making a recipe that we made last week, and y'all really enjoyed the recipe we made in the Instapot called Stuff. Well, I had several people asking about making it in another way other than the Instapot, so I'm going to make it. The recipe, it's an old recipe. It really is called Stuff. See? Stuff. And it's actually made in an electric skillet. So if you have an electric skillet, you of course you may want to follow those exact directions. I don't have one. So we thought about maybe you can make it on the stovetop, but I think I want to make it in the oven. So I've got my oven heating to 350, which is what the electric skillet would be heated to. Right now though, first thing is I've got 2 tablespoons of butter in my skillet, and I've let those melt. And now first thing you do after you've got your melted butter into your electric skillet, if that's what you were using, I'm gonna, like I said, use a skillet and put it in the oven. So first thing I'm gonna do is add my potatoes. I've already peeled them and thinly sliced them. You could probably not peel them if you wanted to, leave them with the skins on. I think that would be fine. But I wanted the skins off, so I peeled. The recipe calls for 2 large potatoes. I didn't have any large. I just had, mine were kind of small. So I've peeled 4 smaller potatoes. And so I'm just adding them to my skillet and into the butter. I don't know, you might could try this on a stovetop, but I feel like it needs the oven to get better heat all the way through. So I'm kind of afraid to try the stovetop right now. I'd rather, since I want this for dinner tonight and we're kind of hungry, I'm going to go ahead and put it into the oven. Okay, there's my 4 small potatoes. Then you're supposed to add 2 large carrots, and I don't have large carrots. I just have those baby ones. So I went ahead and cut up some baby carrots, and I'm going to add my carrots. You know, you may, I think these will be fine. If you wanted to use those little baby carrots and leave them whole, you'd probably be okay with that too. And then the next thing it calls for is a large onion. And I don't have, it doesn't actually say what kind of onion. The only kind I have is a purple one. I think we used a white one when Mo and I made this, but I don't have a white one today. I just have this purple onion, so that's what I'm going with, is the purple onion. I think a lot of times we forget that we can swap up a recipe and make it our own. So this is how I'm making this one my own. I've been out of town, so I really haven't gone to the grocery store yet to replenish. So I'm trying to use up a few things that I did find in the fridge and in the pantry. Okay, so there's the onions, and I'm gonna salt and pepper right now. It doesn't say how much salt and pepper, so you'll want to just salt and pepper to taste. Okay. Then I'm going to spread the ground beef on. Some people might have a hard time with this. It's just the raw ground beef. Now in the Instapot, this is how we did it, and it turned out just fine. This is going to cook in the oven, so it's going to cook all the way through. I think it'll be just fine. It's 1 pound of ground beef. That's what I have here. Just spreading it around on top of the vegetables. I'm going to be putting a lid on it and put it in the oven, so I know it's going to heat all the way through. And then there's one more ingredient. Okay, there's my beef. Let me go wash my hands right quick, and then we'll finish. Okay, so the last ingredient is a can of cream of chicken soup. And that's what I have, is cream of chicken soup. And you're just going to spread that on top of your other ingredients. The night we made this, it was just delicious. Mo had made this, she's made it several times. That was my first time to make it. So I'm very excited about making it on my own, making her proud. But I suppose if you didn't like cream of chicken, you could probably use some cream of mushroom or cream of celery. And I actually have a recipe for homemade cream of chicken soup that I am going to be trying soon. I'll have to let you know how that turns out. But I feel like this is going to add some really great flavor. Anytime I use cream of chicken soup, I'm always very happy with how it turns out. And that is all the ingredients. So the recipe tells me to, if it were in that electric skillet, I would cook it at 350 for 10 minutes. No, for 5 minutes. And then I would turn it to, I'd cover it and cook it for an additional 40 minutes. So my plan is to put my lid on and put it in the oven at 350 and just kind of test it. I'll test those potatoes in a little while and see how tender they are and make sure everything gets cooked through. So I will show you how it looks in just a little while. Be back later. It's stuff, and stuff is done. It's actually my version of stuff. This is Deb, and I'm finishing up dinner. And last week, Mo and I made stuff. Remember, it's what it's called. It's an older recipe, and we made it in a quick cooker. But today, I've made it in the oven. And that's what I have here. And it's potatoes, carrots, onions, salt and pepper, ground beef, and a can of cream of chicken soup, which has kind of become gravy with it. So let me dish out some for you, and I'll show you what it looks like up close. It smells good. The whole kitchen smells really, really good. You probably don't need anything other than stuff for dinner, but if you wanted to make some broccoli, it'd be good, or maybe you might want to have a salad with it. A salad would be really good. The potatoes are completely tender. You can see they just cut so easily. See how good it looks? The carrots also very tender, and the beef completely done. It looks really good. It's really hot though. I'm not sure how I'm going to take a bite for you just yet. Let's see if I can. But Mo and I made this last week, and some of you were asking about what if you made it in the oven or a different way other than the Instapot, or the quick cooker is what we used. So that's what I've done tonight. I actually cooked it in the oven. The recipe tells you to cook it in a, what do you call that? A electric skillet. Neither Mo or I have an electric skillet. My mom has one. I might have to make it again and try borrowing hers. But this is the stuff made in the oven. Let me taste. It tastes so good. Just as good as when we made it in the oven. I taste the flavor of the onions, the potatoes, the beef. It's ground beef. I use some pretty lean ground beef. Oh man, supper is going to be good tonight. Y'all, go try it. Try making some stuff. I think you'll love it. See you soon.